Welcome, my friend.
Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day so far. We're going to go over an alternative in Tales of the Jedi. In the series, we see Master Yaddle's canon death at the hands of Dooku. We find out that Yaddle stepped down from the Jedi Council after becoming disillusioned with how the Council always got involved with politics, especially with how the Sith returned after a millennia. After Qui-Gon's death at the hands of Darth Maul, Dooku would grieve at the Great Tree, where he would always take Qui-Gon as a kid. Yaddle would follow Dooku to the Works District on Coruscant, where he would meet Darth Sidious in private. When Yaddle revealed herself, Sidious ordered Dooku to kill Yaddle and surrender himself to the dark side. It's at this moment where Yaddle would offer Dooku to join her. So that's the topic we're going to go over today. What if Dooku joined Yaddle in that moment, and what impact it'll have in the Star Wars timeline? Let's begin.
My friend, whatever lies that Sith told you, whatever you've done, you can make things right by standing with me and bringing him to justice. He is the very reason Qui-Gon was killed.
Dooku contemplated. He started thinking about what he's done, especially what he did to his old friend, Sith Lord. A wave of regret would pour over Dooku. He felt as though what he did was needed at the time, but he never felt good about it at all. Dooku was completely conflicted as he looked back at Yaddle.
Qui-Gon wouldn't want this, Dooku. You owe it to him by defeating the Sith rodent.
Your schoolyard taunts are embarrassing, Jedi. Dooku, you know what must be done.
Dooku turned back to Sidious and looked at him with utter disgust. The Sith Lord could sense Dooku's imminent betrayal.
You ordered your apprentice to kill mine, didn't you?
Qui-Gon's sacrifice is for the greater good, my friend. Need I remind you I lost my apprentice as well?
You gave me your word that Maul would just deal with Kenobi and leave Qui-Gon out of it.
Dooku would step back from Sidious, standing next to Yaddle.
Does she know what you've done, Sith Lord? The clones, Camino? You think that you get a slap on the wrist by the Council after everything you've done?
Yaddle would face Dooku.
What is he talking about?
He's forced me to create an army, a clone army. They're tools for his larger plan. As for Sith Lord, I ordered him to be killed by the Pikes and erased Camino from the archives to cover my tracks.
Dooku said with such regret on his face.
Dooku, how could you?
Yes, how could you?
Dooku ignited his lightsaber and stepped in front of Yaddle.
Allow me to make amends.
Yaddle ignited her lightsaber and pointed it at Sidious.
No, we take him together. Then we need to talk.
No, you need to escape to warn the Council now.
Palpatine smiled and ignited his two lightsabers. Dooku pushes Yaddle back. She tumbled to the ground and looked up to see the two red blades deflecting Dooku's blue beam of light.
Leave now. Inform the Council and tell them I'm sorry.
Dooku said, using the Force to place Yaddle on the other side of the door. Then he disabled the controls, locking the door. Now, it was just Dooku and Sidious.
You were a fool to send her away. You're out of your depth facing me alone. Now you'll share the same fate as your apprentice.
Dooku would twirl his lightsaber around, and the two would continue their fight. Dooku uses all of his abilities as a master swordsman of Form 2 against Palpatine. With Palpatine's speed and mastery of every single form of lightsaber combat, it was a fight for the ages. As the two swordsmen fought, Dooku would kick Sidious to the other side of the room, like Maul did to Sidious. They would engage in one more saber lock. Sidious gets the upper hand and disarms Dooku. He proceeds to slam Dooku against the walls, then onto the floor. Sidious approaches Dooku as he struggles to get up. He would ignite his lightsaber and strike down Dooku for his betrayal. Before Sidious could do anything else, he heard a shuttle arrive, and then the hangar doors blew open. The shuttle was carrying Yaddle, Mace Windu, Yoda, and Even Piell. They would see Dooku's body on the floor. The Jedi Masters would ignite their lightsabers. They were not here to arrest the Sith Lord. They were here to exterminate him and to eradicate his kind once and for all. Palpatine would calculate his odds. He knew he couldn't beat them all, not all at once. Palpatine was left speechless as the Jedi began to surround him. Sidious would concentrate on the Force and unleash a great amount of lightning, pinning the Jedi to the wall as they ran towards the rear exit, where his shuttle was located. He dashed down the stairs, then he was greeted by two other Jedi, Plo Koon and Eve Koth. Sidious would begin to think how to take down the Zabrak and Kaldorian. But then, Sidious would be frozen with the Force by Yoda himself. Plo and Eve approached the Sith Lord and raised their blades. Then, they would strike him down. The Jedi would remove his hood, and they would realize the true identity of the Sith Lord, the newly elected Chancellor, Palpatine himself. After Qui-Gon's funeral on Naboo, an emergency session of the Senate would take place. The Jedi would inform the Senate of what went down in the works and provide security footage from the scene. The senators would hear Palpatine and Dooku speak about their heinous acts regarding Sidious, the clones, and everything. After hearing the tremendous evidence, the Jedi would be exonerated. Bail Antilles of the Alderaanian delegation would become the new Supreme Chancellor, as he was one of the senators nominated in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. According to Captain Panaka, Obi-Wan would raise Anakin to be a great Jedi Knight. Then he would eventually train a Padawan of his own, named Ahsoka Tano. There would be no Clone War since Palpatine is no longer in the picture. The Jedi would continue being keepers of the peace, rather than soldiers. They would also have a funeral for Dooku. Chancellor Antilles would make the Republic a corrupt-free government. The clone production would be brought to a halt. The entire galaxy would know peace, until the next threat would rise. Obviously, there were so many different directions we could have gone, but I wanted to make this as realistic as I could. There's absolutely no way in hell Dooku could have won a fight between Palpatine. He's just too experienced. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. I can make one should you guys want to see it. If not, I'll continue with a different story. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this scenario. I'll be doing more of these in the future. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this scenario? Drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Consider becoming a Join member today for only $2.99 a month to get awesome perks like early access to videos and discounted merch. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.